One study showed that what kids ask of parents the most, they thought it was going to be more time or whatever. They said kids want their parents to be less stressed.
Let's talk about moms. So far too many moms have what I call a perfection complex. We think we have to do everything right all the time, which is kind of ridiculous. So what's the best advice we can give moms to let that go, both in their relationship with their partner and with their kids?
The biggest gift we can give our kids is the gift of imperfection. We as moms are straddling a canyon. We're on the precipice with our right foot and our families and our left foot in our careers, and if we stretch just the littlest bit further, we're going to fall in. That's the picture of maternal perfectionism today, and I really know it because I've got 2 teens with learning differences. So I practice triage. Just like in ER, I take the first things first, I stay in the moment, and I love my kids, which we all do, but I try not to bring the pressure out because they get pressure at school from their coaches, from their teachers, from their friends. If we're there for them and try to be good enough moms, not shouldering guilt, not shouldering burden, creating memories instead of GPAs, I absolutely promise you that a year from now, our children are not going to be remembering what was on the report card. They will remember being with you, building a snowman, creating a sand castle. That, I think, is how to get out of perfection.
One study showed that what kids ask of parents the most, they thought it was going to be more time or whatever. They said kids want their parents to be less stressed. So kids are seeing this and it trickles down. So I loved your idea of the sandcastle. That just sounds like a great visual. Yeah, if I'd say 3 things, I'd say partnering, prioritizing, and pretending. First of all, you need a partner. And it doesn't have to be a love partner or a husband or a wife. It can be, girlfriends, or you can't do this alone. It was never intended to do it alone. And the second one is prioritizing. Some things in life you can do anytime. Some things you could only do once. This is it. Pretend it's perfect. Pretend it. You can have anything in life. You just can't have it all at one time.
When you said pretend, I thought she meant at first that you should get down on the floor and pretend with them.
That too. No, that would be good. That would be good.
I love doing that even now. I've got 2 teenagers.
Yeah, pretend like it's perfect,
Well, and I think that perfection feeds into that idea that, when we're talking about perfectionism, we're really judging. And to allow our children to just try it and fail if necessary, but still keep the judgment to yourself. Perfectionism reminds me, and I think when moms do this to ourselves, because we love to harbor that guilt. And when we do this to ourselves, we need to think about what we do for our children, the ball game, where they stand up to bat, they take the swing, good cut, good catch, even when they lose the game. I think we need to do that for ourselves. Even when we haven't succeeded to the level we want to, let's don't judge ourselves so harshly and let go of that perfectionism like that.
Yeah.
We're human. And
Absolutely.
we're meant to be imperfect, not perfect. That has nothing to do with an abusive relationship. But if it's a normal, healthy relationship, our kids are going to forgive us our mistakes.
Must we not forget? Kathy, I love the part where you talk about memories. Kids grow up and we remember what happened, when, with who, what you did, what you didn't do, and those memories are so important. And I think when the kids grow up, that's when you can have the better relationships because they were okay in childhood. So we're not just talking about just the little ones growing up here. We're talking about relationship with our kids. And even though they grow up, they are still our kids, even as adults. And so the memories are so important. The memories are priceless when it comes to just being in the moment and remembering times that are precious that you cannot recapture again, that might happen only once.
And some of the best memories, Barbara, are the ones that weren't perfect.
Absolutely.
The
funniest family stories.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
In fact, I read a study the other day that said when you make a plan and it goes just like you planned it, it's like it never happened. It evaporates.
Boring.
So it's so perfect.
Mechanical.
It's highly overrated. And those of us who are perfectionists, tend to expect perfection in others.
So
and we
true.
know what
Yes,
pressure that
yes.
puts on
But I
on
think
kids.
perfectionism to some degree is very adaptive. It causes us to strive for more, strive for better. But it's again, when I think back to that judgment factor that says, even if you tried your best, you want to do like your kids, say pat on the back, good try, good try. We need to, as moms, do that for ourselves.
Just don't be rigid in your perfection.
Absolutely, because it can drive us
Yes.
and motivate us as well.
Yeah.
So it sounds like what the panel is saying is that for moms that are struggling with perfection, the answer is to let it go. Model the behavior for your kids you want to see in them, but start with you. Take a chill pill, take care of yourself, get on the floor and play with them, and start to have fun.